Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ravenrook Plays. This is Scarlet Hollow. I'm super excited about this game. I love visual novels, so whenever there's a visual novel that is also in the horror genre, I'm really jazzed about it. And episode 1 of this game is actually free on Steam. So this game is in early access, and I believe only the first 2 episodes are out right now. You can purchase the full game, and as the episodes come out, you'll kind of have them added. But if you just want to give this a try, episode 1 is free. So why not? So let's go ahead and just dive in and see what we think about it. I'm super excited though. My name is Ravenrook. You live in the city of... I'm going to go with my hometown, Dayton, Ohio. And I am a boy, and I prefer the pronouns he, him. So I'm going to confirm that. I like that though, that there's a choice. It's very woke. I like that. Select 2 traits. Oh, traits unlock additional paths and dialogue options. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it kind of true to myself, or my perception of myself, which, well, we'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna say I've definitely got a keen eye. I'm observant. I pick up on vibes. I understand others' perspectives. So I'm gonna pick that. I don't know a lot of fun facts. I do like to research though, and I was a straight A student. I mean, this seems pretty realistic to my life too, though. I don't know. Powerful build, strong athletic, pinnacle of fitness, can shotgun a root beer in 3 seconds. Love how it's shotgun a root beer and not an actual beer. Mystical, strange and unusual. You see the threads of reality in a way others cannot. Talk to animals. Okay. A gift and a curse. Street smart, smells BS, also good at BS. No door can hold you. And hot, attractive, charming, people either want to be with you or be you. I mean, probably the second thing is book smart. I wonder if you have to select 2 traits, or if you can select none or just 1. I don't know. I should have tried. Alright. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that felt unsafe, even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of her mother, your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying, stranger, okay. I want to, yeah. Oh, no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. So one thing I've heard about the reviews is they say that the writing is phenomenal, which I can definitely tell just right out of the gate that this is someone who has developed a style and like knows how to write well. So we'll kind of see how that plays out and how that kind of impacts the overall storytelling experience. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Wait, what? Dude, what's wrong with you? Hell yeah, sounds awesome. Wait, what? Pushing joggers into the harbor. Yeah, you know, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. Right, always hilarious when the cops are called. She actually hit my friend and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. So she kept swinging and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like for real, and geez, you ever just get so mad you just want to like kill somebody? I'm gonna pause real quick right here. So the facial expressions of this guy, really good and really kind of conveying the overall tone of or the shifts in tone rather of the conversation. The artist is really good at kind of capturing those facial expressions. So that's also a point in favor. Threaten. I kind of feel like killing someone right now. I never feel that way, no. Oh yeah, all the time. What's wrong with you? Smile and pretend he didn't just say that. Well, if I'm being true to myself, this is the option I would go with. I'd be like, you're a freak. Don't want to upset you with anything I say. Let's just smile and nod and hope that you stop talking, which you won't. But, you know, we can hope. You smile and pretend he didn't just say that. I knew you'd get me. We understand each other. Somebody trying to break your heart. That changes a person. Makes them want to do things they never thought they'd want to do. I honestly could have killed that woman. Huh. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. Oh my god. But I don't know if I'm like into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Keen eye. Okay, so here are my extra options. So let's see. Keen eye. Do you love her enough to make this work? Booksmart. Have you thought about seeing a therapist? What's wrong with you? That's interesting. Smart move. Get out while you still can. Remain silent. Okay. Gosh. What would I say? That seems too provoking. I'd probably say this. You were so worked up by the thought of losing her that you wanted to kill her, but now that she's giving birth to a child you created together, you're planning on running off? Even if you love her, think about whether that love is strong enough that you'd be able to handle raising a kid together. Think about how your actions are going to impact his life, and whether removing yourself would be better for him in the long run. Huh, yeah, good stuff to think about. Doesn't seem real interested when I start dropping truth bombs. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? I didn't. Scarlet, I don't want to tell this guy where I'm headed. I didn't. No need to be nasty, I was just asking. Not like I'm gonna follow you off the bus or anything. Ha ha. So if you aren't getting off at my stop, then you must be headed to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these parts. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I'd know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way. Though come to think of it, I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Holler, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while, now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die! This guy's crazy. He looks back at his phone, for once focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you didn't get too bored without me around to talk to. Or hope you don't get too bored. Here, I have something for you. Oh, great. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Well, at least he's thoughtful. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. I spoke too soon. Great characterization, and this is just a stranger. I mean, maybe he'll pop back up. Nice, I love boiled peanuts. Take the peanuts. No thanks. Screw you and screw your peanuts. Eat the peanuts. I mean, they're alright. Might as well be polite. You take the boiled peanuts. Nice! I love boiled peanuts. Glad. Oh, sorry. Glad they're going to a good home. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. I don't know that I'd call you my friend, per se. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. Well, the sign reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the door behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you in this place behind. Who's this? Hey, Ravenrook. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Item. Offer her your boiled peanuts as a condolence. No. Looks like somebody needs a hug. That is not me. Hey, Tabitha. Give her your condolences, remain silent. Guess I'd give her my condolences. I'm so sorry for your loss, Tabitha. Yes, great, thank you. Let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. That was a very caustic sentence. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Tip: dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Okay. Have we ever actually met? I'm pretty sure this is the first time, right? Yep. You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. I wish I'd known about you. I don't know why my mom left or what kind of grudge she had against this side of the family, but I'm sorry. I wish I'd known about you. Whatever, what's done is done. Tabitha stares straight ahead, her expression tense and icy. So the funeral? It's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Need any help planning? If you ever need help with errands or scheduling, feel free to ask. I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine, just needed the coffin and somebody to dig a hole. Tabitha stares straight ahead, her expression tense and icy. How you holding up? Fine. Are you sure you seem tense? It's not healthy to bottle your grief. You know you can talk to me, right? I lost my mom too. Okay, but if that ever changes... Phew, good to hear! Yeah, obviously she's fine. That sounds preachy. That, I don't know about... Sure. You know you can talk to me, right? I know we only just met, but you know I went through something similar with my own mom. So if you ever need to vent, or... I'm good. Tabitha stares straight ahead, her expression tense and icy. So, I get why there's like a loop so you can do explore options, but the repetition of that just kind of... I don't know. It's not working for me. Anyway, I'm gonna remain silent. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up to the steep mountain road. Wow. It's a bit precarious, isn't it? And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Kind of, I don't know. It has a Fall of the House of Usher vibe to it, right? This whoever wrote this is apparently very well read. Someone used to oh, sorry. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. So I'm a city slicker, am I? Come to a small town? Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. Huh. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it, perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. I love the illustrations too. The kind of that etched shading reminds me so much of like Morris Sendak. Like if you've ever watched the show or read the books, Little Bear comes to mind. Like the illustrations. As soon as you enter, you're hit with a blast of dusty air. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. Very good writing. That was an amazing sentence. You can hear doors creak on their hinges, and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen, and hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Booksmart. The architecture reminds me of the Biltmore estate. Oh, I've been there. So you live here. It's beautiful. Lie. I love how you can either like be truthful about it or lie about it. You've really let this place go, huh? I mean, I don't think she was the sole occupant, so I don't really know that pinning the blame on her is just. I thought y'all were loaded. Can't you afford to fix this dump? Remain silent. I'm gonna go with this. The architecture here is breathtaking, chateau-esque style, reminiscent of the Biltmore estate. Color me marginally impressed. I didn't have you pegged as cultured. Wow. Prejudice much? Believe it or not, this estate actually predates the Biltmore by nearly 3 decades. It used to be the crown jewel of the region, but times change and the attention of the masses are ever so fickle. Shall we begin the tour? Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She deliberately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Tip. Some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. Good to know. Someone cleans this place? This place is nasty, it's nice, it's perfect. Awesome, I love PB&J. Is there somewhere in town to buy food? What if I want ice cream? Alright, what's next? Yeah, I don't want just PB&J. I might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. General store? How very folksy. But I'm your guest. Oh, I didn't actually budget for groceries this week. Sweet, thanks. General store? I don't want to come off as uppity or like the best places to live are cities. So sweet, thanks. Cool, good talk. Yeah. Awesome, I love PB&J. How'd you know it was one of my favorites? That smile can't be real. Ugh. Oh, I got an achievement, that damn smile. Wow. I didn't, but good for you. Okay. Alright, what's next? Bathroom. Follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Is that your cat? What's its name? Frou Frou. Do not try to pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. I don't like cats. Well, correction. I don't know how to interact with cats. There's just too much guesswork involved, and it's exhausting. So I'm gonna leave the cat be. You decide to follow Tabitha's advice. Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits. This is super cool so far. I love it. It's like the perfect aesthetic, too. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. I'm gonna start using that phrase. Just as solemn as humanly possible. Do what you must if you must. And then just let it ride. It is nasty. It is a nasty, wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Ugh. Who uses this bathroom? Wait, are you sure this toilet works? This is the worst bathroom I've ever seen. I like this bathroom. Never mind, I don't need to go. Well, I do need to go, so I'm gonna lift the toilet seat. Ugh. Bugs scatter from the bowl as you lift the seat. Use the facilities. The toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot. It has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. What's with all the boxes? This room is amazing. What a dump. Seems a little dusty. This room is nice. Thank you. But lie. Who used to sleep here? I guess I'll get settled. I'm gonna butter her up. This room is amazing. What a great room. This is way nicer than what I'm used to. I can't say I'm surprised. Each and every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down through the family for generations. This is not an IKEA bedroom, or whatever such nonsense you're used to in the city. Ah, you city slickers are all the same. I guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me, I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. What? Don't expect to see much of me. Tip, some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away and others down the line. Let's see. Yeah, there's bad blood between our moms. I don't know what happened when my mom left, but that has nothing to do with me. You asked me to come here, but you're acting all pissed off that I actually came. Can we just start fresh, now that it's just us? Okay, I'm sorry I've been testy since you've gotten here. You've been fine. I'm just under a lot of pressure right now. Please, just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do. Is there a library in the state? I couldn't bring too many books with me, and I'm not sure what else I should do with my time. There is, but as I said earlier, most of this building is off-limits. And the library is in the West Wing, which is extra off-limits. Ooh, intriguing. You're better off heading into town. I'm pretty sure there's a library there. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. Alright, I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see, there's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you. You in this sprawling, decrepit estate. I think the first thing that I would do after a long journey is I would settle into my room. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Nope, not taking a nap. Yeah, the first thing I would do is unpack. Ah! You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within it. It is quiet, but angry. Yeah, why not? Offer it the peanuts. You hold out your still dripping bag of boiled peanuts. That's impressive that it's still dripping. The opossum hisses in disgust, stiffens, and begins to drool, feigning death. You close the drawer. You might as well leave it be. Well, this one's empty. You open the top drawer next. It's empty. As good a place as you'll find to put your clothes. Alright, based on the state of the house, you wonder if you have been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag, but there's no going back now. Let's look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. Pun intended. Heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. I actually do love gardening, so I wouldn't mind getting out there, pulling some weeds, clearing out some stuff, checking the condition of the soil, all that good stuff. You'd go out and pull... well, there you have it. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it. I don't know that I'd put goldfish in a fountain. And drink a floral tea while enjoying the birdsong. Okay, it's a little much. A little cliche. Yeah, you'd definitely do that, just not right now. Right, because we're lazy. Examine the painting. This must be an old relative of yours. Very old, judging by the dates on the inscription. You never heard of her, but you barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago. So that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. Let's check the closet. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Yeah, pick up the doll. Of course, you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads, "Property of Alexandra." No need to carry this around with you. What? That's my good luck charm. You close the closet behind you. I'm not taking a nap. That's enough. Doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. Might as well head to town. I'm not gonna... That's just not in my nature. I'm lawful good, or at worst, neutral good. So, I'm gonna head into town. Now that you're settled, there's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. This is super cool. I'm loving this. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you to clean and bury some of the tension. Though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Yeah, maybe we'll focus on the fact that she just lost her mother, and then we can figure out how to resolve what's going on between the two of us. But I think one of these things should take priority, and it's not, our interpersonal relationship. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. I disagree. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. Look at all the boards. Everything boarded up. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked, and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Puppy! Gretchen, come back! Oh, I skipped. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. Oh, she's so cute! She loves to get loose and cause havoc. Yep. Tell me more about this wonderful creature. I am in love with this dog and wish to know everything there is to know about her. Look at those eyes! Oh my god! And that little heart collar. Oh. Oh, and that crooked tongue. Sorry, I'm totally a dog person, so... Oh, she's so cute. Oh, and look at that new... Oh, that squishy face! Oh my god. Gladly. Her favorite food is Cheese Whiz. Oh, a little pug after my own heart. Her favorite toy is an old sock I sewed to look like a squirrel, and her favorite show is Murder, She Wrote. Wow, she has exquisite taste. Sometimes I leave it on in the background while I'm working to give her something to do. She'll actually sit in her little bed and watch it, like an old lady with her programs. Oh my god. How'd you two meet? That's so cute. How'd you first meet her? My mom was a vet, and she used to visit the regional animal shelter on weekends to do checkups. When I was real young, I'd go with her to volunteer, which really meant I'd do a little bit of manual labor, then play with the dogs for the rest of the day. One weekend, believe it or not, someone dropped off this little one-year-old pug that had outgrown its cute puppy stage. What? Who would do that? That little angel never outgrew a puppy stage. What an evil person. When I went to clean her kennel, she looked up at me with those big, watery, nervous eyes, wagging her entire butt and whimpering like no one had ever loved her before. I couldn't not fall head over heels, you know? My parents were rugged mountain folk, so they weren't big on toy breeds, and at first they refused to even consider adopting poor Gretchen. What jerks? But I kept visiting every week, and soon enough they caved and let me take her home. My dad still wasn't too keen on her at first, but soon enough he was taking her out on the trails like she was a hound dog. You can't help but notice that she's been talking about her parents in the past tense. Sorry for talking your ear off, but I can't help it. I could prattle on about Gretchen for hours. But where are my manners, talking to you for this long without introducing myself? I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. Blushing? You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Offer her your boiled peanuts. That would give just the perfect first impression. Introduce yourself. Yep, maybe. Nope, none of your business. Introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Ravenrook. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her, all alone up in that big house. I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? Keen eye. She's struggling. She seems alright. I'm worried about her. Is she always so... I'm gonna say she's struggling. I don't think she's doing too well. She's been icy, but it feels like she's putting it on as a front. She's always been a little rough around the edges, to be honest. It's always been hard to tell if that's just the way she is, or if she's just been putting on an act her whole life. To think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. Thanks for letting me know, by the way. How long have you known her? Are you two friends? She's really not... What? That's so mean. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody's known everybody else as far back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. Wow, lead role, huh? As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated, and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Follow her. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Hey everyone, I'm Ravenrook. What are you looking at? Quietly slide into the nearest booth, remain silent. Let's break the ice. Hey everyone, I'm Ravenrook, just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Oh, look at her peering over the tabletop! Oh! Folks around here don't meet many strangers as is, and with who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. As you settle into the booth, you can't help but pick up some of the murmurs of conversation around you. Let's listen in. Stella pets Gretchen while you take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, two policemen and a woman you assume to be the owner shoot sidelong glances in your direction while whispering to each other. Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet him. Looks so much like her. Oh yes, those eyes are unmistakable. That haunted look. I always thought it'd go away once she finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness was baked into her DNA. Mm-hmm. A young mother and her syrup-stained child sit at the table across from you. Mommy, who's that? Don't stare, Tulip. That's Miss Tabitha's cousin. Oh, so that's why he looks so sad. I would look sad too if I had to have Miss Tabitha as a cousin. Do you think Tabitha's cousin is mean too? I don't know. I'll find out next time I go visit Miss Tabitha. Are you gonna finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, Sweet Pea, and we've gotta get home to help Daddy. In the far back corner, a man sits alone at a small table, sipping coffee and reading a paper. Why are the strangers who wander into town never gorgeous blonde ladies of an appropriate age? Why is it always coal boys, punks, and whippersnappers? Okay. Lastly, a group of coal miners sit hunched around the corner booth, readily scarfing down heaping plates of food. So that's the boss's cousin. There's that funeral this week, if I'm remembering right, for old Miss Pearl Ann. May she rot in peace. I'll let the lady rest, Lloyd. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead, no matter how foul they were, especially before they've been so much as laid to rest. If you'd have been around in her heyday, you'd be speaking ill too, Tommy. He's right, nastiest woman I ever met. That Tabitha is a blessing compared to her. Of course, the whole lot of them. Curse the whole lot of them. May every Scarlet burn in hell. That's enough of that. Hey Stella, I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Aw shucks, thanks Avery. And here's some bacon for the little lady. That doesn't seem healthy. Anything for you? Isn't bacon bad for dogs? Order a biscuit and coffee. Might as well, since I skipped the PB&J that was so graciously offered to me. Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. Best in the county. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring you coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm, sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. I'm sorry, did you say reading adventure? Is that like a church thing? Cool, none of that's really striking my fancy. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I'm sorry, did you just say the library has a reading adventure? Haha, yeah, Oscar's all about keeping things on theme, so this month it's a bunch of ghost stories. Ooh, fun! I think he's calling it spooky bookies, you know, like how a ghost would say it. Oh my god, that's perfect. Cool, we should check it out this week. I love puns. But that's really just an afternoon. Any idea what you want to do for the rest of the week? Do you have something in mind? How's the general selection at the library? What's it to you? No clue. I'm sure I'll be able to occupy myself. Probably just do what I can to support Tabitha through this. I'm nice, but not that nice. Do you have something in mind? Something's telling me this is a loaded question, and you've got something in mind. Need a quick sip? Was I being that obvious? My job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with the camera, and it's always better when someone else is there to Before Stella can finish, Avery returns Biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. Thanks, it looks great. You didn't have to do that. Who do I look like, a charity case? Chow down. Thanks, it looks great. Thanks, Avery, it looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Whoa. This is the best biscuit I've ever had, but that's not saying much. Whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not going to go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm going to do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Well. Subscribe. Wait, what? What kind of videos do you do? Wow, that's rad. Oh, okay. How does that make you money? You and everyone else. What kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. I'm gonna be honest, I have to look that up later. You should really check out her channel, Ravenrook. It's amazing. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but you know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in the river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had the people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara. That must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. Oh, that looks like a mountain lion. Pretty sure that's a mountain lion. That's an honest-to-God cryptid there. Oh yeah, totally a dog. Or wait, a beaver? Hold on. Whatever it is, you should leave it alone. I don't believe in cryptids. Wow, way to like, shut down a conversation. Despite the shaky camera footage, you can clearly make out the shape of the creature's head and its relative body proportions. You're pretty sure that it's a mountain lion. I think that's a mountain lion. Can't you see its little kitty cat ears? No, no way. It's absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found jack squat, and there's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries for missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. And there's our Tiger King reference. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along? It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers! Whoops, sorry Avery. It's okay, I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See you all around. I'm glad we're already friends. He's a very warm fellow. Or I guess, they. I think by the writing, Avery prefers they-them pronouns, so I'm sorry, I'll try to remember that as I refer to them. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. Doesn't Skunk Ape live in Florida? Ew, stinky. What's Skunk Ape? Heck yeah. Isn't that just worse Bigfoot? Heck yeah. Skunk Ape is hilarious. I saw a docu-special on it once. Stinky Bigfoot. Huh, right? It should be a pretty fun video. It's hard to be serious when you're talking about something that's famous for smelling bad. Most Skunk Ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say, want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing? That depends, will Gretchen be there? I mean, that's obviously, like, That's what my confirmation depends upon, is whether or not that cute little beast will be there. Absolutely, against my better judgment, yes. Are you nuts? It's not like I have anything else going on. No. Absolutely. I'd love to come along. That's great. It's been a while since I've had anyone besides Gretchen out there with me. Okay, so she does bring the dog. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it's kind of like a blast from the past. Me and Kanika and Reese running around in the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible. We had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. That's the approach I'm taking with my YouTube channel, so... You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us, get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his hidey hole, if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Aw, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or...? Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind... I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for Skunk Ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Is he injured? Dang, man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hangout. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring him. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Is he okay? What's his deal? Why so hostile? Is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He's had a lot going on in the past, gosh, 10 years or so. But I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Ugh, that sucks. I get it. Anxiety is tough. I hate leaving my apartment. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious. You'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That'll be nice. We'll see. Ugh, haven't I met enough people already? Wow. Some of these answers are just unbelievably hostile. That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome, I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendships can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. Yeah, fuck friendship. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. Yeah, the faces are nice and expressive in the illustrations. That's one thing that like I really appreciate in a visual novel, is when they really get those facial expressions down. So, because it really just, because it's like stills and not animated, it really helps with that. So it's not just like reading a bunch of text, but you really kind of feel the emotion jumping off of the page. So really well done. And I love the cursor, the hand. That cursor is amazing too. Let's see. I don't even know how much money I have. If I had an inventory, leave a generous tip. I always do. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you got it. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Aw, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner with you following close behind. Alright, so I'm actually going to stop here. This is awesome, though. The storytelling is amazing. The writing is really good. You know, there are a few things that I might try to focus on or critique a little bit. Just because I think like this is such a strong production already that I'm gonna have to nitpick a little bit, and I really do kind of want to give some feedback and not just like sing a bunch of praises about this, because that's boring. Like if all I do is say, oh my god, this is amazing, that's boring for everybody. People watching this, you know, if the devs ever get wind of this and decide to say, hey, maybe there's some feedback, that wouldn't be helpful if all I did was say, oh, that's amazing. But I have nothing critical at this point, really. I'm drawn in. I can't wait to record the next kind of bit of this. So yeah, we're gonna leave it here and pick up next time.